advantage. And never mind, the reason why he's allowed that to happen is because he doesn't have the bottle up yet on the Void Spirit. But it feels like a pretty big issue, as now he misses the range creep to boot. Oh boy, a set of very unfortunate events here, as now the chains comes out, not like this. Azura, he might just get it, and he does. As the bottle comes in, and Azura, he knows how much. He just walk himself down and be able to get the other water rune. So it's another situation where young PH is left without a full bottle. Meanwhile, bot lane, Zorain now being chased down by Wami. Chains gonna be cancelled off by the Earth Spike. And in the meantime, Lun, top lane, ends up dropping to DB, and here onto Zorain, they're gonna run right into each other. Won't go for the cookie setup though. Instead, Azura's still playing with young PH, but no, never mind. In the end, gets the chains off into the cookie and the scatter blast. Nice easy pick off there for Army Geniuses, and so far
this as well, he's not a flash farmer. He has some mobility, but his ability to clear out camps quick is just not there without items, and this kind of slow start is going to impact that even more.
I mean, this goes back to how tough of a lane young PH has had. In fact, hold that thought, because how I believe might just be dead. Wami, he'll go all the way for this, but he doesn't have the mana for the Chakram. Never mind, he's got the Soul Ring up. There's your Chakram out. Wami truly finds it worthwhile to dive that deep as top lane. They might try to set up onto DB, but he's got the mana up. It's not going to be that easy of a kill, especially as Azura does rotate in. Ravage is there, though, with the arrow out. They'll have enough. DB does at least drop, but can you get everyone else out of there? Well, young PH, he should be just fine with the Astral Step charge. In fact, he'll even stick around and keep farming. I can't say the same for Skill Lay, but he is juking out nicely enough. Chains out, Scatter Blast is there, Skill Lay. He's just going to drop the Soul Rip. In fact, young PH, still dancing around this top lane, will eventually be forced to walk out. Flash farm either. That's a very true statement if I've ever heard one. LYM, they're going to commit the chrono for this. It looks bad, but I think 13 and a half minutes in, you may as well commit it. The problem is, though, young PH has been caught mid lane. He's going to try and step his way out, but they're just going to continue chasing him down. They're not letting him go. We've seen this one before. Dissimulate, down to the low ground, buying more time, but not anywhere near enough as Azura. Slider fists him down. And Lon, he was making his way over to help, but just nothing he can do. In fact, he's underneath the sentry right now. Lon, you may need to run, sir. It's not looking too great for you. Bye-bye, Lon.
Yeah. They need to play around the teamfight ults, but YG just aren't grouping up in the way you'd want. Like, if that response had more heroes...
They are very far behind. They're going to go for a 4-man smoke. You've got Ravage up. Chrono's in about 15, but it won't matter because they found Wami. But can they take him down? Arrow's there. They're going to try and save. Moonlight Shadow in time. Wami, he's still alive, but no, the Ravage comes out. They are not risking anything. Varish now going to be focused down, but Azura, he'll jump in with the Tombstone out. They have enough to at least get one in the fact of Zorain, but now Varish, he's dropping low and does end up going down on the Undying. Skill Lay still being chased. Lund drops as well to DB. Meanwhile, on the backside, the Chrono has been committed. They will at least be able to find the Snapfire, but Chains around on DB. Ooh. Look at the amount of damage out. How he'll at least get the Time Walk off in time, and he might just make it out, in fact. I say that, but Azura, Chains, it'll be there. He'll try to fight. Oh, he's still going. Reflection's there, but it won't be enough to lock him down. And alright, all things being said and done, not really too bad for YG. In fact, they might even be able to find more now. You'll scepter around onto the Ember. They'll lock him down. Azura still going to be alright though, as now they turn back. How? He just melted. It looked great. It was anything but great, though. There's now Chains out. Zorain, he's been caught. Scatterblast just on the edge to get him down. And last time around, you threw everything at Wami to get the kill. This time, without your Ravage, without your Chrono, I don't think they've got any chance of killing this man off. And they'll just have to leave him be.
Yeah, you've got to protect And they just come back in. Azura's ready again.
Yeah, another great chains out, but the Aether Remnant to block the chains off from Wami. In fact, Hao now going to jump in after LYM, but he's got the stick charges available. Hao, he's going to try after the Tombstone instead. He'll use the time walk away. Is now Wami with the Spirit Vessel is ticking down quite a bit faster. Still trying to escape, but eventually does drop. And maybe now you can capitalize as Azura. He is out of remnants, but a big reflection out. DB, he's going to try and force the fight, even without the meta. He'll chase down Hal. He's still trying to go after Azura. Will give up. Instead goes back in after LYM. In fact, now Varish dropping quite low, but the Soul Rip going to buy more time. Hal, you've got to be careful, sir. It's not worth your life. Lun, he's going to try and back off, but Azura has the chains. In fact, never mind the tide. He wants that lion, and look at the damage. With the Sleight of Fist, just bursts him down. Skill A, he does pick off LYM, but now the dust is there, and they found out the Mirana. That was his last leap charge. Chains out, DB will say thank you very much, but Ravage now, it's been so long. Ravage has come back up all the way from a big call down, but DB, a massive Sunder out, buys more time for Asura. Lun and Young PH will be both chains up. They'll turn around again onto the Void Spirit. They'll get the kills. You have got to be kidding me. Very low. He could just go for an Aegis swipe as well, but they're thinking about it too long. DB's got the Aegis up. Wami's blocked the staircase. And they are going to get nothing for their trouble. It's one of those scenarios. How do you stop this tier 2 tower push? Oh, Young PH now. He's out of step charges, John. I believe that is another death here for the side of YG. As Azura, he's been on absolute fire in December. Young PH, he tries to buy himself time, but it's not quite enough. Meanwhile, mid lane, Wami and DB, they've made their way to the high ground.
Catch even one hero and just try to rip through one big hero up front.
They're just very scattered right now. Like, what are we aiming for? YG, they're going to move in. LYM, they want to try and chase down the Snapfire. Lun's there. No Ravage pop yet, nor is there a Chrono, but the chains are around. Hal, he's still trying to go after Snapfire, but the Tombstone's getting to work. Hal, no Chrono yet. He's going to BKB and just try to time walk out. Now the Chrono comes in, but DB, he does not get caught. Oh, it's just a disaster here, YG. They can't catch a break. Nothing's working out. Just call it. I think you've got to call it.
Yeah, they're ripping through tier 4s like it's nobody's business. They tried to cut the creep wave. It's not going to be enough. So they still have the siege creep hitting away, so backdoor's not going to kick in. Buybacks are there. Again, Ravage Chrono, maybe one last fight.
They've got to try. Ravage is there. DB, he had the BKB active. Chrono was already committed. Don't forget, John, so they haven't got that. And there goes Lun. There goes Zorain. Hell, he's going to try and time walk, but there's no way out. GG. AG. I question how powerful this team would be. The nice little cheeky Sunder there from TB at the end. I was questioning how strong the team would be with these new players, John. I've got to tell you, they look fantastic. Should be a pause 4 to end things off.
They could go Phoenix.
Azura just played like a pause 1 Morphling from the mid lane. I think
Azura's already got the double rate ban, so he has a lot of stacks of Agi. He can afford to shift more into strength and just still do a ton of damage. Still getting all the CS. 17-7 on the morph up against Young PH at 10-3. A slower start for that Ember.
Top lane, Lum does end up going down, Varish.
You can clear out these early stacks fast, and that should lead Young PH to have some farm injection for some early items.
Oh, Zorain. Wrong place, wrong time, sir. Does try to come into that mid lane to at least soak some XP and get some farm going for himself, but not going to be able to achieve that.
Yeah, it's not quite lining up, and top.
Yeah, Lun, he's been caught out. Oh, a nice dodge as well on the skewer. DB. Just perfect timing there with the tricks. And they might even find another. I mean, Fortune's End is back up in just a second. Purifying Flames out. Fortune's End's there. DB, he's just got so much damage. And that'll be a double kill now going to the way of the Ricky. AG 0-5, and
Sometimes he's not really able to be aggressive. He's got the Chrono ready, but you don't really have the follow through for that. And Young PH.
He's just trying to fight over the power runes right now, but Varish is there to take the regen rune away. He'll try to heal himself up. Skewer's going to be there, though. Can he actually get himself out? Young PH, Sleight of Fist, not going to be enough. He'll remnant fall, but it's duped out, Varish. He does eventually go down, but now Azura wants to try and chase down Young PH, but A bit of forward thinking here, John, from our Ember. He hasn't
He's
skilled.
not making moves. There is a shortage of damage, so you have to watch yourself when you commit that hard. Azura is here now, though.
Yeah, Zorain gonna end up dropping. Another one of those kind of tough games is the POS 5. Just so many heroes that can just burst you down so quick. It's Young PH. Currently being reliant on Young PH having a good game. It's not too bad thus far. I mean, he's at 3.8k net worth. Could be better, could be worse. Meanwhile, bot lane, Chrono's been committed. They're going to try and go on to Azura, but he's just strength morphing. There's no killing him right now. In fact, he might turn back around onto Lun. They'll try to force another team fight. The Tide still surviving throughout all this damage output from Hao. As Lun, he's going to try and make his own way up. But Wami's there with the anchor smash. He secures the kill, and now Hao, he's in big, big trouble. Fortunes are going to fly in, and they get the kill. It doesn't get much worse than that.
It really doesn't. They couldn't even kill off Wami with that deep dive. Thing the Ricky. Whereas you compare that to AG, they're just keeping track of where Hao's at. They kind of go to the same lane and prevent him from free farming.
Skill lane, gonna get Fortunes ended up. He's got the skewer, but he's gonna have to take Wami with him. And Wami will be more than happy to oblige. He does secure another kill on this Tide Hunter. Still has the Ravage up just in case he needs it. Meanwhile, in the mid lane though, Azura ends up going down. Young PH able to secure the kill onto the Morphling. And now he's just going to try and run his way out. But he will end up dropping a DB who keeps rushing forward onto Zorain. Tricks the trade away from Lun. And might even reinitiate back onto the Pango if he's not too careful. As Lun is a man on the run now. Varish. Fortune's End is out, but DB, he's got his eyes set onto Zorain instead. That'll be another nice pick up there onto the AAs. They even take his courier down. No remnants. Doesn't really fear anything right now, I don't think, Wami. Just keep spamming Anchor Smash. Has the Hood of Defiance. You gotta love the fact that that Hood of Defiance does actually reduce the bash damage, but with the Ice Blast flying in, they'll have enough. Wami is gonna drop once again to this Ice Blast combination. Zora now though, he's thrown up, he's going to try and chase down Hao. He has a substantial amount of damage, but he won't have the control. So YM going to be chased. Zora still just rushing around this team fight. Now Hao to jump back in, does find LYM. Remnants forward as well. Young PH, he'll join the fray. False Promise going to be forced out by Varish. Nazura still moving back in as the Ember. He's going to get the chains off. And they might have enough damage. In fact, Fortune's End is going to lock him down, but not for long enough. DB, he'll move in onto Lun. They'll find one. They don't quite get the Ember. Going to land onto the Ricky, but it won't do too much. Meanwhile, on the side, they have found the Oracle. So Varish going to end up dropping here. AG still trying to posture aggressively, but it doesn't seem like they're exactly 100% ready to go for a big fight. But I say that, but Lift is out. They've got the Ember. Chain's not going to be there, but the Ravage is going to be enough. And of course, they'll find Zorain. Chrono's going to be out. Do you have an Ice Blast, though? Well, not quite. We just saw Zorain go down. Wami, he's still going to drop. RP does eventually fly out, but you don't have the follow-up damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Back to Zora. He'll just keep going. Can he get the chains off? Well, he can, but he's not going to die at the tier 3 tower. You'll leave him beat. In fact, I believe they might just go after the Roshan instead. A DB would be a very nice one. In fact, Ravage is out. Wami, he knew they were there. Young PH is going to be able to BKB in time. RP is out as well. They've caught 2 targets, but do they have the damage output? Chrono, Ice Blast, everything being thrown onto the Morphling, but False Promise was there just in the nick of time. He should still die through it, however, and he does. DB, he's trying to force the fight, but it's not going to work out for him. He needs to get out with the tricks of the trade, and he does. But for how long can he get away? It doesn't look great for them. They even pop a smoke. Just complete panic here from AG.
Azuro's way too close to Wami. Opened up the Ravage, opened up the RP. Just led to an easy counter initiation for YG. Take the Roshan as well, so Aegis up. They know there's no RP Chrono. They could force a fight.
I think things are starting to get relatively scary here for AG now. Like, you are still going into avoid into the late game. DB does at least get skill lane at the top lane. Meanwhile, the rest of the team are going to invade the triangle. Hal be a primary target. If they can lock him down, they've got the lift down. Hal, he's going to be able to time walk. At least for now, they'll still keep trying. Fortune's gonna fly in, but he's got the BKB up now in the Ice Blast. Is gonna land onto the Morphling. They might be able to turn this one around, and they do. Azura ends up dropping. Wami, he is not looking great himself as the tips are flying out onto Azura. And Wami's gone.
Radiant's bottom tower
In fact, they might even have a third. Varish gonna try and get himself out, but there is no escaping. YG. The Roshan they go. Ravage is gonna be committed immediately, but where's your follow-up? What? That was a very interesting Ravage to commit. Wami, I mean, maybe just feel like the whole team was in there, but nobody follows up. Now they've got no Ravage to fight with. How? He's going to refresh.
Oh.
Alright, maybe it was a bit of a fake as Young PH has dropped on the backside. Now Lund goes down. Alright, it looks like Wami had a game plan all along as how he's going to try and run away from this. He's going to look for a big chrono out. Azura, meanwhile, going right after Young PH, trying to find a dieback. How? Still has that chrono, will commit it, but you haven't got the Ice Blast quite yet. False Promise is there in time as well, so they've saved the Morphling's life. In fact, Young PH, he's been put to sleep again. He can't run away in time. In fact, he gets one off, but DB, he'll keep the chase up. Remnant back the other way, towards the left, and he'll barely survive. But Skill Lay will drop. How? Lockdown, Sleeping Dart is there. Young PH looking for a reset on the Ember. Meanwhile, Skill A, he just bought back, but he's going right back to the graveyard, or maybe not. RP committed, Skewer away. Ice Blast is there, DB. He's still alright though. He'll blink strike out. Wami, he might be the one to drop, and he finally goes down as now you've got Young PH. He finds DB out onto LYM. They might just get another, and they will. Azura, he's the last man left standing here with Varish. It's not looking great for him though. They have not got enough. Surely, Azura must die. Skewer back. They'll find Skill A with a dieback with Remnants forward. Azura trying to TP. It's not enough though. Rampage is taken away though. Of all people, Zorain takes the Azura kill.
Great, if you can believe that. Coming through, or a 5 for 7 trade with dieback and Rubik. They clean out, be back up.
Big smoke up though. YG do not want to allow it. Azura would be a great kill. Ice Blast is going to fly through and connect right onto two of them. They've got the False Promise, but not for long. Hal takes down the Oracle, and now Azura will be the second to fall. A great chrono out from Hal.
They've just kind of missed the timing where Ricky and Morphling were strong. Now they have to just figure out the puzzle of how to pierce through to face this void.
Yeah, Hal gets the work. Mid-racks, I mean, without the double damage, not quite as fast, but it'll eventually get done. Aegis up for another minute. It's
Sneaky though, Skill A.
leave Wami be. However, towards the south, DB going to be very careful. He's going to make the jump in on the AA, but they've got the Yule Scepter, and Hal, he might just chrono for this. He won't quite yet. DB, he'll go for a run. Young PH is around as well. The BKB about to wear off soon. Azura's going to jump in, but they've got the Ricky now. False Promise is out. Try and save his life as long as possible. But for how long can they buy the time? Ravage is there. Wami, he gets one, but the RP there in time. There's your secondary, but where's your damage output? There's Skill A gone, but the chrono's great. How? He found 3 targets. DB, Wami, both gone. Azura, he's going to keep trying to fight this one out, but how long can you fight, sir? Not for long. Not when you're getting permabash like this. And eventually, with the Gleipnir, they lock him down. Still the buybacks come out. How? On an ultra kill. Would love a rampage for himself. They just need a target, and he'll go right after Varish in the backside. Meanwhile, towards the south, DB, he'll find Zorain. So they've got the AA down without buyback available. And in the end, AG, while it wasn't a great fight for them, with the buybacks available, they do force back the side of YG. Though I say that, Smoke immediately broken. Hal might just go back in and does. Immediately onto Azura. They love the Morphling, but the RP OIM, he's stolen away on the Rubik. But where's your damage? They're doing literally 0 damage right now to this Ember. Young PH, he's going to survive through all of it. DB did not have enough. And in the end, the RP was great, but well, actually, in the end, they do find the Ember. They've just lost Wami in response. Because now they'll go for more. Young PH, he just buys back on the Ember. Ends up getting a kill onto LYM. DB's still trying to fight. In fact, never mind. He's just trying to run.
This push.
Oh, Braindrax is gone.
Has fallen.
The smoke screen, it is going to buy a lot of time here. Rax,
Dire's top barracks
they've got even more disarm here, so more time to buy, but How is not enough. How's still going. Skill lane's looking for a skewer back now. It looks like he might just get it as well. He's found the target that they really wanted to get. And that should be Mega Creeps coming up for YG.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
They've got the big team fight spells as well, so if the jump in does come true from Wami, they've got the counterplay. And AG, Mega Creeps up, have to be really careful here.
Yeah, Wami gonna get jumped. A lot of damage now on this Void. Meanwhile, towards the south, who have they gone? They're trying to go onto Lun. DB, he does secure one kill. Wami, he's in with the Ravage. It connects on 3. It's not bad. There's another Ravage comes through, but the Chrono is already there from Hal. It has been stolen by LYM, so he's gonna lock 2 of them down on the enemy team, but it won't matter. Because again, you haven't got any follow-up to all this. Hal still kind of getting juked around. Here is Azura now getting dived in the fountain. Young PH ends up finding the Morphling. DB trying to secure the kill. It's not looking great for him though. Hal, he's literally tanked the fountain as he's taken down this Ricky. And eventually the GG will be called. YG, they do manage to get at least one game before the night is over. And what a game it was.
Yeah, it's a strong performance from YG. They finally make the Faceless Void work.